Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Toela de French Lit, and I'm coming to you on a very snowy Saturday morning. You know, I live right at the border of Detroit and Ontario, and you can see it's really snowing outside. And I wanted to really express my excitement because today, in spite of the snow, we're going to have our first meetup in Detroit. It's going to be really cool. We have about 20 people signed up to come out, even with all the snow. And a big shout out to Peter from Great Lakes Roasting in Detroit, who's going to host us. So I wanted to make this video just to take a few minutes to make some comments about a video that I shared on our platforms on Facebook and also on LinkedIn, and we'll also shared on Instagram, where Lily Rose Depp, the daughter of Johnny Depp, does a fantastic Vanity Fair spread where they ask her to teach how to imitate a French accent. So in the sense of how to speak English with a French accent. And I think that the video is just super cute, it's super mignon. But I wanted to make a few comments because I feel like as an instructor at French Lit, I have some comments to make about what value that video can bring to you as learners, or if you're on the journey to learning French, or if you're francophone, and also have some comments about it. So for me, there are two takeaways from the video that Lily Rose Depp made. The first one, and I hope you get to watch it, the first comment I wanted to make was just the fact of, I think it's really neat to kind of have some of that, Hollywood star power. Of course, she is Franco-American, but to have that star power kind of behind that, the idea of being interested in what Francophonie has to offer. So, the French-speaking world and culture, and just to kind of bring that youth and that energy. I just thought that was fantastic for Vanity's Fair to actually sort of make that the feature in that video. I thought that was really cool. We definitely need that, especially in North America, to continue to find connections and ways to remain and be interested in Francophone culture. So that's the first comment. I think that has actually a lot of value, and I wonder what you have to think. Definitely share your comments. And then the second thing I wanted to bring about was just about that, her idea of imitating the accent itself, and that it is also her accent because she's also Francophone. But there's some value in kind of listening to some of her comments about, how you form the R, and you notice that when she is saying the word H-E-A-T, heat, of course she's saying eat, because of being conscious of the fact that in French the H is unpronounced. I thought that was really cool. But on top of that, I also thought about the accent, the French accent. And in fact, there really is not one French accent. And as learners, what I really encourage you, as opposed to focusing so much on accent, is really focusing on pronunciation. And in fact, as a French learner, for pronunciation, from my research, from my experience, from my understanding, work with my learners, pronunciation should go first, focusing on accuracy of sounds, and knowing that within all vowels, in different French accents, there's a range, and just working on understanding that range, and then accent will follow. Accent sometimes comes from who you learn from, it comes from where you are, maybe your own linguistic background, and not to worry so much, but really focus on pronunciation, highlighting and understanding that there is not one French accent, that the French accent, maybe you find, Lily Rose Depp's accent beautiful, maybe for you it's not the French that you grew up with if you're a Francophone and it's not familiar, or as a learner, it might be an accent you want to imitate and maybe not. So that's something I think each learner has to decide, and it's something that we can continue to debate, as accent itself sometimes, within any language group, accent can actually be kind of a political thing, something that divides groups, and something that has even power behind it. So there's a lot of theory and politics sometimes behind accent. But either way, I just wanted to share a couple of my thoughts on that video. I hope you will also share yours, and definitely that you will make French a part of your life, French learning a part of your journey. And if you're Francophone, especially Francophone in North America, or especially Francophone in the United States, you continue to find ways to create more linguistic diversity here where we live. Okay, you guys have a super wonderful day, and hope to see you at French Lit, or catch us online, see what we have to offer in online courses. Au revoir.